Welcome to episode 1 of the LoraineCounty.com Business Insights Podcast. I'm your host, Ed Skimmon, and today we're talking with Philip Amos of Magis Advisor Group. We'll dive into how financial strategies and comprehensive benefits are key to business growth and employee retention. Philip will share his insights on trends and benefits packages, strategic planning for sustainable growth, and the unique Magis philosophy that drives their client advisory. For many years, Philip and I have served together on the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. I was board chair in 2016 and 2017, and Philip is the current board chair. Here's my conversation with Philip Amos. The financial strategies that a company adopts can be a determining factor between growth and stagnation. From developing competitive corporate benefits to designing retirement plans, one must navigate complex financial jargon and a plethora of options to make the decisions that are best for their company and employees. To shed light on this, I'm in Avon, Ohio with Philip Amos, president and co-founder of Magis Advisor Group. Let's start with trends. What are some of the emerging trends you're seeing, especially concerning employee benefits and corporate retirement plans?
I don't know if they're new trends, but I think even more today that those things matter in a company. The package that you're able to offer participants, and not necessarily just from an entry-level standpoint or attracting new employees, but keeping the employees that you want. The longer someone stays, the more important a robust benefits package is from a medical insurance standpoint and from a retirement plan standpoint. The trend is that they matter, retention matters, and so attention to the robustness of these benefits are particularly important for the long-term sustainability of keeping employees.
Almost every business owner I talk to reiterates that competition for talented employees is very high right now. What do you believe are the key components of an effective company benefits package that can help businesses attract and retain top talent?
I'm very fortunate that I get to walk through companies of various sizes. They all make money a little bit of a different way, and they all attract and retain a different type of participant. And so each of them are unique. So it's important that a benefits package is just all-encompassing with the overall strategic plan of the company. But trying to plan for them on an annual basis or in a reaction type of a mode is just the cat catching your tail the whole time.
Based on your years of experience, what general financial guidance would you suggest to a local business leader seeking consistent and sustainable growth?
Strategic planning and having a benefits plan coincide with that overall strategic plan is key. How many employees do you want to attract and retain, and how much is that going to cost from a benefits standpoint? So working that into a budget from the beginning and corresponding that with your overall strategic plan is key. Working with a partner, such as Magis, our consultants will help you with that long-term plan to make sure that we're able to offer a benefits package that coincides with that long-term planning.
Magis Advisor Group's name stands for the more or the greater. Can you explain the philosophy behind this, and how does this principle guide your approach when advising local businesses on their financial strategies?
Sure. So Magis is a Latin term. It means the more or the greater. And the connotation not being for that we are more or we are greater, but we are more or greater for others. From my partners and I standpoint, ultimately, we're more or greater for the glory of the Lord. But from an internal standpoint, it's how do we lift each other up? How do we make the environment so that our employees are successful? So we're structured in an apprentice type of structure. So my partner Aaron on the benefits side has consultants that work with him on cases and groups so that they can learn and become successful themselves. On the financial services side, we have a first chair position that is growing and learning to become their own successful financial advisor. And so we're always, as owners, creating an environment where our consultants have the resources and back office that they need to give their clients the best type of advice. And then we're also growing people from a young age to become successful themselves. So that's the type of model that we have internally. And then that reflects to our clients as well. We want to make them better for themselves to do what they can do, not what we do. So from a benefit standpoint, from a service standpoint, we want them to rely completely on our back office. In order for them to do that, we have to have a service model that reflects that. So for other companies and other clients, their infrastructure is machines and buildings. Our infrastructure is people. So we grow people.
Can you share a little bit about your professional journey and what led you to found the company?
Sure. So I'm a second generation owner. My father started Paul Amos Financial Services 45 years ago. When I came into the business 25 years ago or so, the business started growing. So we were financial advisors, but my father back in the day was able to start a benefits division and a retirement plan division because he worked mostly with family businesses that were growing. And so as they were growing, he would help them put in their retirement plan. He would help them put in their employee benefits. So when we started growing, all three of those divisions really started to grow. Healthcare reform came down the pike, and the benefits side was growing pretty substantially. But my father and I were really financial advisors. That's kind of what the lens that we saw things through when we met a business owner. But we were developing a pretty solid business in those retirement plans and benefits. With healthcare reform coming down the pike, it was probably getting to the point where we really need to focus on building our back office in that area or find a partner who could. So we found Chapman & Chapman, which was a third generation family business focused solely on retirement plans and benefits. So it was a really nice complement. And we were with them for 8 years or so. At that point, we were determining whether or not we wanted to be sold to private equity or we wanted to remain private. There's a difference in a mentality of a private equity firm and a privately owned firm. The amount of service that you're able to give, the objective from a private equity firm is different than a privately owned company. And it was important for us, if we want to continue to serve our clients with that type of mentality, the Magis type of definition, it was incumbent upon us to be able to do that. We felt we would be able to better serve our clients privately held than through private equity.
Finally, what are some of your interests outside of Magis, and how do these activities recharge you and bring a fresh perspective to your work?
Well, I have 4 kids, so I chase a lot of kids. I coach, I do a little coaching and a lot of chasing and a lot of transportation along those activities. I'm a board member at the Westside Christian Academy. I'm a board member for the Lorain County Community College Foundation. I'm a board member for the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce. I'm a board member of One Lorain County, which is a new exciting board here for economic development. So those things keep me busy as well. I'm a high school soccer referee, which physically keeps me active and lets me clear my mind a little bit. But all those activities are giving back, service, and you get to work with great people and meet great people all around a certain objective, which is fun for me.
Well, Philip, thank you so much for sharing your insights and expertise with us today. If anyone wants to learn more, please visit the Magis Advisor Group website at magisadvisorgroup.com or follow the link in the show notes. Thanks, Philip.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the LorainCounty.com Business Insights Podcast with our guest, Philip Amos. We hope that you found this conversation informative and that it provided some ideas that will help your business continue to grow. Please follow us on your favorite podcast platform to hear each episode where we shine a spotlight on local resources that will boost your business. And we want to hear from you. Email ed@loraincounty.com to share your feedback and topic ideas.